Between them
Trading
is a
the
gem
gem.
supported by a tripod.
Look there, two guys on the...
There's a guy.
You have to go through this to get
There's
to the,
a but
get out.
A knight, the Night Scroll bear through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Okay, so we're not going to show that picture.
I can't sit here all day, much as I'd like to.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobinot at the Kron Museum. And why don't you see if Rosso has heard anything?
So, James,
Okay.
how
Anything
many
else I can do
of
for
the
you while I'm
Broken
out?
Swords have you
Shopping, a
played?
trip to the laundromat.
Just take care of yourself.
So she doesn't want to investigate any further. She was kind of like, I really want to just let him go.
I so much wanted to talk to George about everything that had happened, but I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory. People would take the story and twist it. Before long, he would be the villain and Canchon would be the hero. I know how they do that. I'm a journalist.
So you've played all of them. 1, 2, 3 through... Okay, so there are 5. Yes, our goal is to play all of them this year. Probably on the brunch. I might break and play a game somebody donated to me. My Cade, my mod, donated me a game. So we might break and then hit back up with 2. Okay, so am I George? Yes. So I am George, and I am trying to find Labineau. Okay, but...
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
So is Labineau here now?
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
The sign on the
It does?
Yeah.
Most...
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I owe what little education I get. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village. He taught me the alphabet.
We've seen this. That's why I'm moving through the
19
dialogue.
letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied hard and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on.
The guy with the hat is more useless than the chocolate kettle. I tell you truly that this guy knows nothing.
I found this gem at a medieval site in Ireland.
That means nothing to me, monsieur.
How did you manage to get this job?
I had the right qualifications. A military manner.
You can only do
Squeaky
19 of the
and
alphabet.
An irrational hatred of children.
Does this white powder mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Damn it!
Thanks for your help.
Where the hell is Labineau? He's such a pain, and the guy doing his voice was in the Dark Knight trilogy. Really? Keep trying to go over to the museum. Maybe there's something in here. In the original, he would be there now, but you don't need to see him yet. But why does Nico Koldar tell me to keep going? And I would think I want to try this gem on the tripod.
Attention! Please do not open the window, monsieur.
Don't you think it's kind of stuffy in here?
Better,
What's the...
not just
So what's...
they cook their burgers. The amount, since they open, that is why. No, monsieur. No, et no.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so I'm not a fan of the decisions they made with this remake. I'm just excited that I could play it. Nico is reading the original script.
The case contained the tripod shown on the manuscript.
I wish I had on my camera all three boys formed in a line for the clean litter. Sarcophagus, a case we can't open, an alarm system we can't, and we need to distract the guard. It'd be helpful if Nico would would be here so we could I could touch the sarcophagus, she could touch the tripod. She don't want to do that. All right, we're looking for Montefaucon. And why can we go back to the cafe? Did we miss something here? Ah, the telephone. Let's try to use the telephone to call somebody. I don't know. Who are we calling? George. Nobody. Well, let's see if this guy's seen our friend.
Hi there, remember me?
Ah, mais oui, Inspector. Have you found him?
Who?
The man in the sewer, of course.
I'm, sifting through the
And
evidence.
by the way,
Ah,
sifting.
Rather you than me, monsieur. So, when you are not exploring sewers, what do you do?
I take a lot of showers.
Yeah.
Oh, very good, monsieur.
Maybe we could go talk to the police. I don't know. All right, so this guy did not have any more dialogue. So let's go see the gendarme because you know that's going to go well.
It was just some police paperwork, a search warrant. It was Rosso's sidekick, Sergeant Moo.
Sergeant Moo?
Yes,
Have you heard of a man called Marquet?
yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Maybe he got run over.
Which hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic. In the Avenue des Hérissons.
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lives.
I'd like to report an assault.
Yes, monsieur? Where is the victim?
I'm the victim. I've been harassed by a pair of thugs.
I see. And where did this alleged assault take place?
Outside the Hotel Ubu. They stopped me as I was leaving and went through my pockets.
Could you describe the suspects, monsieur?
One looked like a gorilla, and the other looked like a weasel. Their names are Flap and Guido.
Bon. I'll get them this time.
Oh, see, he knows them.
Would you like to shake my hand, Sergeant?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur. The gesture could be misconstrued.
Do you recognize this dirty tissue?
I told you, no, monsieur.
Are you sure you don't want this false nose?
Don't try my patience, monsieur.
Did I show you this photograph, Sergeant?
Yes, monsieur.
No. That is not a good idea. Does this matchbook mean anything to you, Sergeant?
That's a double-lined Swedish with a crosshatch Bergman strike strip. Now, that's unusual. Pre-war Anderson hinging.
Really?
I haven't seen a reinforced Anderson outside of a private collection.
It's rare then?
In this part of the world, yes. There are only 3 places these are made. Taiwan, Manila, and Slough.
Oh, I still have my tool.
Did I show you my tool, Sergeant?
Yes, monsieur. Unfortunately, you did.
Oh, then you're gonna love this one.
No way.
Damn it! Damn it,
See you
game!
later, Sergeant.
Don't spoil it for me. Shoot! Oh, okay, there's something over here.
It was a public telephone.
I have no one to call, right? Well, we now know we have a telephone there too. So if we absolutely needed to, we probably can do it. So I'm going to save here at Imelda's apartment. What do we have? Okay. So we did say it was going to be a short stream, but he's not here. He's off shopping. Hôpital.
There was no sign of the crew of the ambulance.
I think we're gonna have to try to get in.
I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave.
Hey, if
I
you
gripped
were,
the handle with an
in,
involuntary tremble in my
Dying
hand
Light, you wouldn't
and
care. You'd
pulled.
open up that, pop that
The
lock
door
right up.
was locked.
Dang it. Hello.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet.
In which department does he work?
He doesn't. He's a patient.
I see. You do realize there are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet urgently.
We make no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of life and death.
Well,
The
say
well-known
so.
running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's why we have rules.
We need to adapt the rules.
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
He's in league with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense. Besides, Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
Could you tell me who Marquet's employers are?
Certainly not.
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
Damn it!
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
No, it does not.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamat?
No, sir, I have not.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
Sacre bleu! That's exactly what I needed in my last operation.
It is?
No.
I had to improvise with a knitting needle and a couple of cords. If only you'd been on hand at the time.
Damn.
My patient would have given his right arm for it.
Of course.
Do you recognize this red nose, sir?
No, I do not. This is a hospital, not a circus ring. We minister to the sick in body, not the sick in mind.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir, I do not.
What do you make of this tissue, sir?
If I were you, I'd have the sample analyzed.
Does this white powder mean anything to you?
No, sir. I do not pretend to know the pharmacist's job.
Look at this, Doc. It's a genuine medieval type gemstone.
Yes, so I see. Remarkable.
I have to take this gem to Marquet. He might be able to explain its significance.
My dear chap, Marquet has other things on his mind right now.
Like what?
Like
His
living.
catheter, for one.
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
So that guy wasn't very much help. So let's go try to charm up the lady.
The woman managed to look overworked and hassled, though she didn't appear to be doing anything.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plans. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
Let me guess.
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Well, of course I am.
Yeah, I'm his
Long-lost brother.
long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
Yeah, people always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age. After a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
You know what's
I
funny?
guess not.
Is that she just doesn't even have that French accent. Where the hell are we that we lost the French accent?
So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown?
Oh, scared tired of me.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
So much for the lure.
There's Theodore the bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from the zoo.
Is this plaster any use to you?
Damn it.
I'm allergic to plaster.
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
Including yours, I might add.
What does this false nose remind you of?
Oh, it's a clown's nose.
Can you think of any use for this greasy tissue?
I guess you could use it to baste a roast turkey.
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Don't be fresh, young man.
What does this tool suggest to you?
Is it a crack detector?
Huh?
Polar explorers use them to poke about in the snow.
Oh, no. Have you heard of the Club Alamut?
No. It sounds romantic, doesn't it?
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see. He was on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's Nurse Grendel's ward.
Oh, no.
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous. with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator's
So you
sauna.
guys that memorized?
And turn left at the end. That's J2. And good luck.
Hey, we managed to get past it.
What does this gem suggest to you?
I advise you not to flash that around.
Okay, all right.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
So we're supposed to go left, 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 or something along those lines. I don't know.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow. The door didn't have a sign or label or any kind of identification. The connector in the socket supplied electricity to the polishing machine.
Gotta go have fun. I'll see you around next time. Okay, yeah, next week we'll be playing it again. Probably gonna wrap it up here pretty much myself because I did tell my hub that I was going to not play too much longer. I don't think he's missed too much. He'll watch the stream. He'll be up to date. But thanks for the follow, James Carmichael. And you have a good rest of your day. All right? Bye-bye. This guy, we can't talk to this guy. I'm guessing.
Hello.
What's
Oh, he
that?
turned it off.
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
It's a deal.
Okay.
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you? I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind me back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull through.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
What do you think of this, Sam?
Oh, boy! What is it?
A priceless gemstone found in a medieval castle in Ireland. Get me into Marquet's ward and it's yours.
I don't wear jewellery.
If this gem was yours, you'd be able to buy 100 Mr. Shinies.
Don't be silly. There's only one Mr. Shiny.
Do you recognize this pass?
No, I don't. Should I?
No, but I wondered if you'd seen a stranger flashing it about.
No, sir. But if I had, Mr. Shiny would take care of him.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
You should never, ever play with matches.
I know that, but...
People get hurt when they do. They end up in hospital, like the burger lady. She was so burned up they didn't know whether to use bandages or onions.
Would this tool be any use to you?
No, sir. Mr. Shiny has no user-serviceable parts. Whatever that means.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not until I've washed, if you don't mind, sir.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
You have a cold. What you need is vitamin C.
Take a look at this red nose.
Are you a policeman?
No, this is a clown's nose, not a policeman's. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Who is it?
That's what I'm asking you. Have you seen him before?
How should I know? You haven't told me who he is.
Ha ha ha.
Take a look at the photo.
Yeah, okay.
Now, have you seen him before?
No.
And finally.
Do you recognize this powder?
Is that dandruff?
No way.
It sure looks like dandruff.
It's plaster.
Ugh.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
So why can I?
Hey now, you can't go in there.
Yeah.
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
Oh. There's some cupboards in here we cannot touch. He does have this something to do with Mr. Shiny. And I wonder if now we can go pull the plug of Mr. Shiny and he'll go...
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
We don't have much time, so if we're going to be able to do anything here. You plugged it right back in and
It was a
nothing
classic
happened.
example. I almost expected to...
Aha! Just exactly what I suspected we were going to do, we did.
Hello.
Oh, hi. No whistling, right?
Right.
Are you having trouble with Mr. Shiny?
Yes, I am. I don't know what's got into him today. He keeps pulling his plug.
Okay.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
All right, guys. Mr. Shiny did the job for us. We needed a doctor's coat. We got one.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Yes, sir? Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Benoit, but everyone calls me Bunny.
Bunny?
That's right. I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit. Do you know anything about a patient named Marquet?
No, sir, I don't know much about any of the patients.
I've never met a doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure I'll get the hang of things.
Do you know the nurse on Ward J2?
No, monsieur. This is my first day here. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. I was talking about treating my first patient, of course. I didn't mean I'd get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Shut up, Benoit.
Okay, sir.
Shut up, Benoit. Shut up, Dave.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Not me, sir?
Have you ever heard of a guy named Merlin?
No, sir.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamet?
No, sir.
What does this tool suggest to you?
Isn't that used to snap the patient's ribs when exploring the abdomen?
Shake my hand, Benoit.
I don't think that's a good idea, sir.
How come?
Dermatitis.
I don't have dermatitis.
I do.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Is that a nasal discharge, sir?
No, it's grease paint. Does this false nose mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. I've never seen him before.
Do you know what this white powder is?
No, sir.
Okay, I don't
See you later.
Right.
really know why we are talking to that guy, but maybe it'll all become clear. But this is probably a great stopping point for the day, and so let us just, I don't know, if we have to right over the top of just save over old games. So for now, let's do hospital. And we'll know when we come out of this next week that we're right at halfway through the game. Just about halfway. We're like 1% halfway done. We did get told to go left, go left, go left. Well, let's go meet Nurse Ratchet. There she is.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your inspection, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse.
You'll need this, Doctor.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
Do you have any clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3 months.
What's wrong with Boissy?
He was involved in a very nasty accident. A silly stunt involving a unicycle.
Oops.
His current condition is due to post-traumatic shock. It's unlikely he'll ever perform as a clown again.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good. Do you have a patient named Marquet on this ward?
Oui, monsieur. He is in the private room at the end of the ward. He has been placed in strict isolation.
Why is Marquet in quarantine?
If you wish to know more, you'll have to speak to Herr Hagenmeier. All I know is that Marquet's room is strictly out of bounds.
Do you know who paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
It's beautiful, but I've never seen it before.
What is this device?
It's for taking the patient's blood pressure, doctor.
Do you know Merlin of Gruber Electronics?
No, I don't.
Does this mean anything to you?
The Club Alamut? I've never heard of it.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
I don't recognize it.
Would you like to shake hands with me?
Well...
No, it's okay. Forget it. Do you recognize this tissue?
No, I don't. It looks like a chronic health risk to me.
Well, I've been carrying it around for days and I'm okay.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. What happened?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I don't.
Well, of course.
Is this plaster any use to you?
No, it isn't.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, so we have... only the one guy to talk to. The other ones, we can't say anything. What could go wrong impersonating a doctor, huh?
Hello? Anybody home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobart. And I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I've got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
You better believe it.
I'd like to shake your hand.
No. What can you tell me about Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he? That room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
Do you know what's wrong with Marquet?
They won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, Doctor, what's your opinion?
It's too early to say.
But I've been here for 3 months.
What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
She's a very efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
The woman in reception described Nurse Grendel as a monster.
Well, that's simply not true. She's quite strict, but that's her job, isn't it? You've got to have discipline in a place like this.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
No, Doctor.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job. Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Have you heard of a guy called Merlin?
No, Doctor.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
I'm not really a nightclub man, Doctor.
Do you know what this tool is used for?
I'd rather not, Doctor.
Have you any idea what this is?
Hey, Serena.
No,
We're so
Doctor.
glad to see you tonight.
I wouldn't
Thank you
even
so
like
much
to
for
guess.
being here and being one of my VIPs. Very
Hey, Serena.
important people like you that make my stream.
Okay, no problem. Oh my effing God, that hurt. Damn, I thought I got with all those cramps, but directly between your homo plate and the level of heart, it's so painful. Is that something that you're going to go to the doctor about, or what caused that?
Do you recognize this red nose?
Doesn't that belong to Boissy?
No. I found it in a sewer.
He's a clown, you know. You wouldn't think so to look at him now, would you?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, Doctor. Who is it?
A cold-blooded killer.
The way we speak to people is just crazy to me. I'm just like, they probably sit there and probably think, freaking American, you know.
Do you know what this is?
It looks like plaster.
Oh, man. Talk about a joke
I'll
you
come
missed.
back later.
All right. So we talked to this guy. We got past the nurse because I think if we hadn't been a doctor, we would have never gotten past the nurse. But we can...
Doctor!
We cannot get into that room.
What is it?
You haven't taken my blood pressure.
He still didn't put it on there, right?
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
All you need to do
Of
is
course I am.
do, like,
No, you're
sleep.
not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
I can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
All right, Dr. George Stobart will come back later, all right?
Oh, Doctor.
What now?
You didn't finish taking my blood pressure.
Okay, so we cannot do this until we get the blood pressure taken properly.
Okay, let's try again.
We possibly put it on the arm. Even I know how to take a blood pressure read. I'm going to know how to read it. But I could certainly have just said and wrote something down on the chart.
You don't have the first idea what you're doing, do you?
I'll come back when you've recovered your manners.
Okay, So you can't go this way unless this guy keeps saying doctor. So we're going to go this way. And we're actually going, no, I saw the doctor. None have an explanation with my muscles keep cramping without explanation. Normally it's the rib and the stomach zone, but I just got one right under the neck where the shoulder bone are, and you fell to the floor in pain. Damn. Have you been sick? When did you go see the doctor? If it gets much worse, promise me you'll go see the doctor, okay? Okay, I think we are at a great stopping point, and we will pick this up again. I think we're at 50% now. Yeah, so we're halfway through the game, and we'll pick this up again next Sunday with me and with Chad. And we'll definitely gonna let it go for today. But I'll be back on Tuesday, and Tuesday I believe we're gonna be playing a new adventure game. I don't know what it will be, but it'll certainly be a surprise. So, or something, something definitely adventure, something more like this. And I don't want to go any much further into the story because I want Chad to experience it. And we promised that we were only going to do like a 3-hour stream. Mike Cade, when do you return back to your home tonight? Or are you on the road headed back? I wasn't sure. So I see the work every 2 months for a lot of health issues. I have an appointment for the second, but those cramps are there for a year now. I don't know what to do but support. Was it for them to make your life hell? And did they not give you anything for the pain? So if you can deal with it, like any stretching. I'm just trying to think. I'm not a doctor and I don't know. But hello, Tangled Gamer Girl. Welcome back. But sometimes I know that, you know, it's what you do, right? You just try to figure out the cause, figure out a cure, you know, figure something. So, it's unfortunate that you're in pain right now, Serena, and you have nothing to help you. So, all right, Misha Mockade, I'm heading out, guys. I'm gonna find someone to raid and get off here. Gone about 2 hours longer than Chad and I were anticipating, so definitely can go ahead and Chad and I were anticipating. So let's see who's on. Nothing. How am I supposed to stretch when your muscle lock you in? I don't know. I don't know that there's a great way to stretch. To tell you the truth, honestly, I don't. Wow. It's like, unfortunately, I don't really have anyone to raid. I don't want to stretch some muscles in her chest. She said that the pain is like in the shoulder blade, though. Under the neck where the shoulder bones are, and fell to the floor in pain. But right. She's on 9 different pills. She's got insulin. She's got asthma pills, pump. So, I mean, and do you have a CPAP too? And so it's pretty much stretching the limit, you know.